New today, Washington Attorney General Nick Brown joined more than 20 other attorneys general in filing a lawsuit against President Trump's executive order on mail-in voting systems. That order calls on the Department of Homeland Security and the Social Security Administration to make a list of eligible voters in each state. It also stops the U.S. Postal Service from sending absentee ballots to those not on each state's approved list. Next week, ballots for Spokane County's April special election will be mailed out. And in an effort to bring you more to every story, KREM 2's chief journalist, Amanda Rowley, looked into what this could mean for voters in our state.
These special election ballots are still heading to your mailbox next week. And election leaders don't expect any changes to future elections at this point. That is, unless the courts allow the latest executive order to move forward.
Stacked, sealed, and ready to go. These special election ballots are set to head to mailboxes next week.
These are the ballots. This is it.
And local election leaders say this election will move forward as planned.
This executive order does not apply to the April elections.
Spokane County Auditor Vicki Dalton says that's because this month's special election focuses on local issues, not federal races. But a new federal executive order targeting mail-in voting is raising questions about what future elections could look like. Legal challenges are already underway by several states, including Washington, which is an all mail-in voting state.
On its face, this particular executive order seems to violate the Constitution and several federal laws. So the likelihood of it actually going into any kind of effect is pretty low.
But if the order stands up in court, Dalton says Spokane County doesn't currently have facilities or the manpower to revert to in-person voting.
Not just us, but all the way across the state. And then also equipment. We don't have sufficient equipment to staff poll sites.
Dalton expects it would take about 2 to 3 years to fully implement in-person voting well. And she says likely costing the state hundreds of millions of dollars.
I'm concerned that people might not participate in elections.
But for now, your April ballot will still be on the way. And what happens after that will likely be decided in courtrooms. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.